Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. We are from the first group, and we would like to present our mini project about morphology. Before we start our presentation, let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Laura Naini as the last speaker and moderator.
And my name is Sophia as the first speaker.
And me, Fitri Andriani, as the second speaker.
I'm Marsali Panabil as the third speaker.
And my name is Intan Pujalestari as the fourth speaker.
Alright, let's move to the first material. Introduction, delivered by the speaker.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Sophia. I will explain the introduction of our material here, the affixation. So morphology is a branch of linguistics that studies internal word structure and the way how words are formed in linguistics. One of the morphological process that most productive and general is affixation. Affixation is the adding morpheme linked affix in base word or root to form a new word or change the meaning and grammatical function of the word. Affixation include the use of prefix, beginning of the word, suffix at the end of the word, infix, the middle, and circumfix combination of beginning at the end. And the end. In this mini research aims to analyze and compare affixation process in 4 languages, which is English, Sasakanese, Sumbawanese, and Javanese. By serve minimal 10 examples of affixation from each local languages and analysis similarities and differences. This research aims to offer comprehension deep in morphological typology across language and to enrich knowledge about various of linguistics, especially in indigenous languages contexts that rich in morphological variations. Okay, next.
Okay, the next is about method that is will explain by me. This study uses a qualitative elicitation technique involving native speakers of Sasakanese, Javanese, and Sumbawan. Sasakanese data were obtained through direct face-to-face elicitions. The researchers asked the native speaker to provide affixed word forms, explain their meanings, and verify their morphological structure. Meanwhile, data for Javanese and Sumbawan were collected through online written elicitation via WhatsApp, where native speakers were asked to give example of affixed words and confirm their meanings and usage. All responses, spoken and written, were documented systematically, and additional clarification was requested when to ensure accuracy session for Sasakanese and through follow-up messages for Javanese and Sumbawan. Okay.
Okay, I will explain the result. Here is the first language, local language is Sasakanese. I will explain 3 words of this local language. So the first word is be plus ketuan, meaning asking. So there's a prefix with the bound morpheme be, and the base word is ketuan, that means ask. And the word is beketuan, meaning asking. And then the second word is be plus jagur plus an. which means fighting, with the bound morpheme prefix plus suffix be plus an. With the best word is jagur, which means hit, and the word is bejaguran, which means fighting. And then the last word is with the suffix bound morpheme an, with the best word is jelap, which means quick, and the word is jelapan, or the meaning is hurry up. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
And
The
the next result is from Japanese. Affixation in Japanese also involves adding prefixes or suffixes to a root word, change its meaning or grammatical category. We have 10 data here. The first is nulung with suffix e become nulungi. Nulung means helps. Become nulungi is the meaning of nulungi is helping. The suffix e adds a verbal function, often indicating the action is directed toward a specific object or goals. And here you can see suffix an with root pangan become panganan, gawe become gawean. And here forms and here forms a noun, often referring to the result or product of an action. For example, pangan is it, become put when it at the an, become panganan. And the next one is prefix d. Here you can see from the concon, for example, the prefix d marks a passive voice, indicating that the subject receives the actions. For example, the root concon to order means to order or to tell someone to do some things, and with with prefix d it's become the concons means mean be told to. The processes here you can see as I said is prefix. Okay, the next slide will explain by my partner.
Okay, I will explain the affixation in Sumbawanis based on the results shown on the slide. The data shows that Sumbawanis mainly forms new word through prefixation. There are 10 words, but I will explain just the 3 of them. The first one is batulung, comes from the base word tulung, which means help. When the prefix ba is added, it becomes batulung, the meaning is helping. The prefix ba marks an action. Second is rakewa, is formed from the base word kewa, which means deny. And after adding the prefix ra, the new word rakewa means argue. The prefix changes the meaning into a verbal action. And the third is malema. Malema comes from the base word lema. The meaning is quick. With the prefix ma, it becomes malema, which means hurry up. The prefix ma add a sense of action or urgency. I think that's all. Move to the next slide.
Okay,
next
now our okay. Now I will explain about how it works in English. Here is the discussion. So, as we can see on the slide, the first one is sasaknis. For example, prefix be in beketuan, which mean asking, gives the meaning to perform an action, while the prefix re in reward in English gives the meaning to do again. So this shows that both affixes work together to produce the meaning of an action or process. And the second one is Javanese. So the suffix an in word dolanan forms a noun meaning, which is a toy, while the English suffix er in teacher also changed the base into a noun meaning, which is a person who performs an action. This shows that both languages use fixes to create new meanings or new word classes. So last is Sumbawan. So the prefix ba in batulung gives the meaning helping, similar to the English, prefix re in ridu, which gives the meaning to do again. So both prefixes signal an action related to the base word. So the second discussion is about similarities and differences in local language and English. So the similarity, as we can see the example on the PPT, the similarity of these examples is that the prefix change the meanings of the root by adding a grammatical or semantic function. For example, in Saksaknis creates a verb meaning to give a birth. And in Javanese marks the example in Javanese on the PPT marks the passive voice, and Sumbawan example creates verb indicating an action, and an in English creates the opposite meaning, which is not happy. And the differences is in the type of meaning added. The prefixes in Sasaknis and Sumbawan create new verbal meanings related to actions. But the Javanese adds a grammatical function, which is passive construction, while the English prefix on adds a negation meaning. So that's all the similarities and the differences. The next point will be explained by my partner.
So the last discussion here is the unique characteristic of each languages. So there are four languages here. Sasaknis does three special things when making new words. The first, it adds stuff to both the beginning and the end of the word at the same time, like putting b at the start and n at the end to make bejaguran, for example. English never does this. Second, it loves using the prefix b, to make action words like beketuan and begawean. The third, we never whenever you see te at the beginning of a word, it means something was done to something, not by. For example, te tulis, it means was written, not wrote. So the next one is Javanese. Javanese has three main tricks for building words. The ending e makes verbs that need an object, like nulungi, for example, which means helping someone. The beginning b always shows passive voice when something is being done rather than doing, like diwoko, for example, which means was read. The best part is the ending an, which can turn almost any action verb into a thing word. For example, gawean is a job, then panganan, food, dolanan, or toy. So it works for almost everything, making it super useful. So the next one is Sumbembanis. Mainly just add prefixes to the beginning of words. So it doesn't really use endings like the other languages do. It has two similar prefixes, ba and be, so that both make action words. though we are not sure exactly how they are different. So the coolest prefix is re, which shows when two people are doing something together, like ramanjeng or dating, or rekewa, which means for argue, Uh, or when someone is doing something that involves themselves, like rebungkak for facing away. Then the last one is English. Uses both prefixes and suffixes inequally. Is different from these Indonesian languages. It has affixes that change the whole meaning or word types, like un makes things negative. For example, unhappy. Makes present words like teacher, and lie makes describe words for action, like quickly or another. So it also has ending that just add grammar into without changing the has ending. The that just add grammar info without changing the word type. Like ed for past time, for example, walk. Es here for more than one, like cats, books, and ing for ongoing action, like walking or running, and etc. English is more balanced, while the Indonesian languages prefer using prefixes more than English. So that's all for me.
So as
The
a
next one.
conclusion, although affixation function as a fundamental word formation process in all four languages, the local Indonesian languages like Sasak, Javanese, and Sumbawanese show stronger preference for affixation compared to the more balanced affixation system found in English. Circumfixation in the Sasak language represents a unique morphological strategy that is not present in English. And additionally, the suffix "an" in Sasak and Javanese function as a cognate morpheme within these Austronesian languages, highlighting their shared genetic relationship. I think that's all.
So that's all our presentation about morphology mini research. Thank you for watching.